When President Nixon ran, he talked to a number of Southerners, including myself, and we just asked him to treat the South like the rest of the nation. And he has shown more consideration to the South than any president that I can remember in my lifetime. He advocated freedom of choice in schools, but the Supreme Court overruled that. He's now against forced busing. The Supreme Court's against that, and so we hope we can pass an act in Congress or pass a constitutional amendment that will offset the Supreme Court decisions. But President Nixon, I think, is a friend of the South. I think he's doing the best he can under the circumstances. I don't agree with him on everything, but as a whole, I think he's made a good president.
So you're pleased with his overall performance?
Well, overall performance, I'd say yes.
Deciding who you would support between a George Wallace and a Richard Nixon?
Well, I'm not committing myself on anybody final at this time. As I see it now, I would expect to support Mr. Nixon. But I'm not making any final commitment until a later date when I learn more about what is advocated.
And Mr. Wallace probably has a lot of support in your home state of South Carolina.
He's a very fine man. He certainly has a lot of support, and I have a high admiration for him.
What about Spiro Agnew on the ticket in '72?
I think he will be on the ticket again unless he and President Nixon determine that someone else could help the ticket more, in which event I think Vice President Agnew would voluntarily withdraw in favor of someone else who they felt could be a more benefit to the ticket.
Is it your personal desire that he remain on the ticket with Nixon?
Yes, it is. I'm a great admirer of Vice President Agnew. In fact, someday I would like to see him president.
You've got a campaign coming up yourself. Is your wife going to take part in any of the activities?
Well, she has a lot to do at home taking care of the baby, but we are a close-knit family, and I expect they'll be going around with me a great deal.